All right, so
We can't see you though, Chris. All we see is a toilet.
yes, I will come on once we get on.
Oh yeah.
But don't be afraid about what you see in the toilet. I'm very proud of what's in that toilet. So
Is that your
I
toilet?
worked really hard for that.
Is that a toilet at your house?
Yeah, it's in my house, dude. It's a live shot of my toilet. I had to go get my kids to show them what was inside of it because I was really proud of it.
There's nothing inside of it.
Oh, you're not looking hard enough, bud. It's so big that it looks like it's nothing.
Hey, what'd I miss? I was just daydreaming.
Just talking about what's in my toilet.
Oh. Just sitting around on each other's lap talking about the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't be excited.
Nice.
All right. Please
Yeah,
tell me
that's
there's
just
gas in it. Please tell me there's gas. Hey, there's gas in it. Woo!
Sweet.
That liquid line is not
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. That Nate Adams coming over with his blower door test.
Cool.
Might be coming over February or March, right?
Sweet.
So he's going to come over. Everybody knows what blower door test is, I'm assuming, right? He comes over, blower door, blows the house up, just like the big bad wolf. And
blows the house up. Yeah.
blows the house up, pressurizes it, checks for leaking windows and whatnot. Anyway, last week I come home and my wife kind of got tired of our drafty windows, so she covered everything in plastic. I'm like, well, that's going to affect the blower test, I think, right?
My neighbor has all of his windows covered in aluminum foil
Why? Is he
I see
afraid of the
why people do
5G? The 5G?
because he says it keeps his house cooler.
5G. Yeah.
Oh. How does that work?
I tried to tell him otherwise, but when you're a 60 or 70-year-old guy, it's kind of hard to convince him. So
Does he have like a heat lamp inside? Because if not, he's losing all that radiant heat.
Yeah.
all right, guys, here's the moment of truth. Is this compressor going to restart?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't hear it.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm standing in a puddle of water. That sounds safe.
Oh yeah, especially that the ground's not like that.
It's running.
Oh
I
no.
knew it. I
Alright,
called it.
Can you get off the roof and get home so you could start the freaking show already?
But we have a problem.
You cover the basics.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, sweet. Hey there.
What's up, Sean Penn lookalike guy?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm currently working on a rack.
Always got to
And,
be of attention, don't you?
I just got the compressor running, and my pressures are equalized out.
Ouch.
And yeah, that's not good.
Nope.
Discharge line cold.
Is that compressor
Suction line
sound like
cold.
that in real life? It sounds bad.
Yeah.
You're hearing the rack too.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh,
And yeah, we have a problem. That sucks.
I've never seen a setup like that. Are those all the receivers for the various?
Yeah, the receivers are in the side on each side, and then there's like 3 compressors on the other side, 2 compressors on this side.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It is pretty cool.
It kind of sucks actually, but
Tight, eh? Very tight.
yeah, this really sucks
Yeah, it does. It's gonna make
because I don't have.
great.
Yeah,
show,
I
though.
don't have a compressor.
Well,
What's that red light over there? Are you working at a strip club?
Yeah. You know it right there.
it looks
Yeah.
like it, doesn't it?
It does.
And this is a 502 system, so
Who
I got to
has-
convert, which isn't going to be the end of the world, but it still sucks.
Does that mean you got to change the TXV out?
No, because 502 and 404 use the same TXV, so I can throw in a compressor, but it just sucks because I would have rather changed the whole condensing unit and gotten rid of this rack and put
Yeah.
a separate condensing unit like that, but now I got to change just the compressor.
If it was something you could have planned for, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
That's a
This
kick
blows.
junk, man.
All that work, too, fixing the electrical short I had to fix.
See, Chris, nothing ever goes right for you.
So wait a minute. It was electrical short. Well, obviously now because the compressor was bad, or you just like what was the situation? You showed up and what?
Well, when I got here, the evaporator fan motors were running, but the compressor was red hot and it was off on thermal overload. It had no resistance on all 3 legs. It's a 3-phase.
Gotcha.
So I cooled off the compressor, but while I was cooling it off, or before I cooled it off, I noticed that one of these condenser fan motors was running backwards. Well, it wasn't running at all. It was being sucked backwards from the other condenser fan motor because it's a common condenser space.
Nice.
So while I was cooling it off, I went ahead and fixed the electrical short that caused that one motor not to work. And then this is the first time I turned it on, and now compressor's not running.
Oh,
Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I got to make sure even still, but look at my
you should go check
my
out the vault.
suction side's higher than my discharge side.
Are you gonna go check it downstairs or
There's no checking it. The discharge line's cold.
is it?
So,
Weird. Discharge line's actually cold, huh?
well, I got rubber gloves on. It's room temperature.
You're
See,
not.
now we got
Discharge line.
now we got to figure out what murdered that compressor. Big picture diagnosis going on here.
Big picture happens like after I change the compressor.
Right. You can open it up.
Point.
Are you doing that tonight?
I'm gonna have to change the compressor tonight. Yeah, they can't go without. So even if I threaten them with overtime, because it's overtime tonight and it's overtime tomorrow, so they're gonna be like, well, you might as well change it tonight.
But just tell them that if you change that compressor, you're not going to be live on the HVAC Overtime show. They'll probably
much.
change their mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd
What's
be
tripping me out though is how is the discharge lower than the suction?
It might not be. I mean, maybe it's just
It is weird.
a residual or running
Yeah.
backwards.
It's very weird.
I mean, that doesn't look like your standard scroll. It's a recip, right?
Dude, that scroll is so hot. No wonder it shut off on thermal. Good
Yeah.
gosh.
Dave G made a good point that we could talk about. Do any of you guys or anybody use like refrigeration trucks like for temporary relief? I always thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I've seen people do that, but like for me, it's so late at night. The customer isn't going to be smart enough to find their own refrigerator truck, so it would be on me to get it, and on me to make sure that the fuel is maintained in it, and like in the restaurants, you just got to do it.
No, I hear you. I'm just curious.
Sucks.
Refrigeration and kitchen EQ tech says he's seen that happen before. Valves are wide open.
Yeah.
So now we got to figure out why the valves are wide open. What happened?
Well, with the one condenser fan motor running backwards, if the high pressure control wasn't working, I mean, there's a lot of variables. I won't know.
Oh, I mean, you're going to put that compressor in and then start finding this is broken, that's broken, TXV's partially restricted. You doing a TXV tonight too?
Nah, if I have to, I would just change the compressor and then
They're going
come back. Because like I said, 502, I would make it 404 because this is a 502 system.
Mhm.
So I don't have to change the TXV to go from 404 to 502. You can use the same one.
You can call it Penske and probably get a reefer truck there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Have you guys got Penske down there?
Yeah, we do.
Logistical trucking company.
Damn it.
Survival.
This sucks, man.
Survival was saying they have a portable walk-in box. Pretty cool. Those are pretty cool for the situation.
Yeah.
Because like Chris said, if it's not something quick, like in that situation, and it's something long-term, yeah, I would suppose you would get like a...
Like we had a similar. Sorry, Joe. I don't really mean to cut you
No,
off.
it's okay.
We had a
It's okay.
similar situation for a customer like that where they've wanted the system replaced for a long, long time. It just never I guess, got around to it or wanted to spend the money on it. And then eventually it finally crapped out like that one night. And they brought in a reefer truck for about a week till we got all the equipment and just changed out the entire system. Because, I mean, I don't know. It was one of the situations like that where the equipment's so old and crappy, you're going to change the compressor out. And then you still should replace the evaporator coil, that condenser coil.
Oh, yeah.
In rough shape.
Yeah.
You know?
They're still going to have to change the evaporator no matter what. Mess. There's not even a compressor I can steal from up here, like something that's not working. That would be nice, but
refrigeration and kitchen tech, how are you? He's asking, how do you get a compressor at this time? If you want to,
I just call my supply house. They have an opening fee. I live in an urban city, so I mean I can get almost every compressor within an hour. So it's just a pain. It's a matter of bringing in a supply house technician. You know,
so probably what, hour or 2 hours to get the compressor and get back on site.
2-3 hours, something like that.
Man.
Good point, Dave K. Dry ice can ruin product for sure.
Dry ice can?
Yeah, because I guess maybe somebody might have mentioned.
Yeah, but the problem with dry ice, anytime people put dry ice, I say they're insane because people will die from that.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
That's what he's saying.
People fill the walk-in freezer. I found it. I'll walk in and they have it full of dry ice, and I'll see a cook in there like moving crap. And I started screaming at a manager one time. I was like, "Are you insane?" And he's like, "What?" And I go, "Get your cook out of there now."
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, get that. Don't ever use dry ice, man. Come on.
I only go in there if I got a scuba suit.
It's one thing to use dry ice like on a reach-in cooler or something, but never on an enclosed walk-in freezer where people can get in there. Because the scary thing is you'll die and you won't even know you're dying. So
Hey, I see Grant Rennie joined us. Not familiar with that name. Might have a bunch of new faces in the chat here tonight.
Oh, Big Clive is a gentleman scholar. And by the way, I was going to say, Big Clive, I'm surprised he doesn't get some dry ice in his, what's that drink he has? The gin.
Oh, the one that's actually made out of radiation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Seriously.
Man, I'll tell you, though, I don't know what time it is where Clive's at, but it's got to be like, what, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for him?
Something like that, I believe. He's 8 hours ahead, right?
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He just went live for his show. So, yeah, he's pulling an all-nighter.
I don't know if he's seen you, but I seen you in there. I guess you were doing a call. What call were you doing?
Oh, I do. Nothing as awesome as what Chris is doing. I had to run down to look at basically a little built-in reach-in cooler that wasn't keeping temperature. Gotcha. And when I got there, which was about 4 hours after the call was placed, everything was working fine. But the system is so old. It's one of those situations where the system was so old that I couldn't, what's the best way to say this? I couldn't educationally guess at which part was probably breaking based on condition. Like this part looks new, this part looks old, so it's probably that old part. You know what I mean? All the parts were old, so I'm like, well, I don't know which one broke. You know, I sat there for 2 hours and just watched it cycle on. You know, checked my pressures, did my due diligence. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't repeat the symptoms. So eventually, I just had to, you know, tell the lady, it's like, hey, just go back in your office and shut your mouth because I can't fix it.
Oh my gosh, I'm not kidding with you guys. I just found the reason why the valves are bad.
Oh, let's hear.
There's watch, let me put my camera on. This is insane. I don't even know how this thing closed. Hold on.
By the way, guys, we're in a video because he was taking a video of this.
So check this out. This is the discharge line. There's a service valve right here.
Yeah. And
it's not closed, but it's not open. It's like almost closed down though. So I'm opening it right now.
So it's basically acting like a restriction.
That's the discharge valve. Look at how much I'm opening it.
Now, how did you discover that, Chris?
I just am curious as to what caused this to fail. So that's my discharge line running straight up, and that service valve was almost shut down all the way.
I bet you somebody probably did that for service at some point and forgot to open it back up.
But the thing is there's no ports on there. The only port that's on there is a high pressure control port. So nobody had any reason to service it. It's been closing or something, or it's been like that forever. Nobody has any reason to open that.
That's weird. And that's the only is that the only discharge line, I guess? Going.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually just one on there.
Yeah. Oh, that's insane.
Using it for something else, I don't know, reheat or something. That's screwed up.
Yeah, that sucks.
Interesting.
Way to go.
Friggin' Rick.
Man.
Rick was working on that. Okay, Rick, that's you,
I
buddy.
just want to watch what Chris is doing. I don't even care about what else is going on.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So how was your guys' Christmas, man?
Oh yeah, we're doing a show. Yeah. Crap. So how was your guys' Christmas? Chris is already got most of the
Mine
stuff.
was good. My kids are very fortunate, and we're all healthy. So
Now you said earlier, Chris, we were talking on the phone because we're best friends earlier today. You said something about you got a trampoline.
yeah, I got my kids a trampoline for Christmas, and
Nice.
I'm really, really sore right now because I was jumping on it yesterday, and apparently I'm not as young as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't moved that quick in a long time, buddy.
So we decided to send each other gifts in the mail, and we weren't going to tell each other what we were going to give, whatever. For the most part,
You were changing the subject.
I'm changing the subject. I'm sorry, but check this out. So I sent Joe a Christmas gift. You don't have it yet, do you, Joe?
No.
How much did you pay DHL to not show up when they told you they were coming out?
So cheesed, man. I had some cool gifts. I hope you guys didn't get the same gift I got for you guys. But next week's show, you'll have them, and you can show everybody.
So I sent Joe this gift I saw on Facebook. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then Christmas Eve, I got a package from Amazon, and this shows up. The banana phone. Talk
Bang.
more, smile more, save gorillas. And that's exactly what I sent to Joe.
How's that?
So why did they send it to you, Adam?
Well, I was like perplexed. I'm like, these guys are jerk offs. Joe's not going to get his present in time. What's going on? And I look through the thing, and there's like a little note in the bottom of the box. This Merry Christmas from Chris Stefanovich. So he got me the
Like
same.
mine, think alike.
He got me the same present that I got Joe.
Great minds think alike. Face Samuel. That's crazy.
Yep.
And so, what is this thing?
Let's pull it out of the box and see here.
Yeah.
So
All right, so
it's a banana.
hey, Adam, that doesn't get inserted anywhere. That's for putting up to your ear.
Mm.
Speaking of insertion, there's a gentleman here who really likes Bill's soothing voice. I'm not going to mention the name, but I seen you earlier.
How does that tie into anything?
So I happen to bring
Hey,
I happen
look at
to
that.
bring my presents up onto the roof with me,
That's weird.
and I just opened Adam's, and
Is
I'm
he
kind of
cooking
afraid to
water?
open this up. It looks to be a calendar of a dog taking a shit,
Yeah.
and I take it that every month I get to see a new dog taking a shit.
That's
That
awesome.
is-
Well, I know you're like a big fan of the calendars and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In matching pajamas.
There we go. There's the light. That's nice. Okay. And then I got Bill's gift right here.
Oh,
I'm
you
kind
got
of
that?
afraid to open this up.
Oh, hey, bang.
I take that's for my wife. I think
you-
that she'll
you
really
got
like this
awesome.
pineapple.
Put that on your mantle. I found that at the Salvation Army.
That's awesome.
I was like, man, look at that.
That was a plan to go at the thrift store and buy you gifts, but
Okay. And
Man.
Bill. Okay, this is pretty cool right here.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to get
Big
him-
Trouble in Little China shirt. That's awesome. That is very awesome. And then there's another shirt right here. I'm doing this one-handed right now. Shit stories on HVAC Overtime. That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
funny.
awesome. That's
That's
epic.
Bang.
that's awesome. Okay, I'm glad. My gift is not any of those. Good. Okay, so you'll like them. It's gonna be awesome.
All right,
That's awesome.
well,
That
At
gives me
this
an idea
point-
for a calendar. Poop
at
and
this
pooch
point
is
in
what
time,
my idea is with homeless guys.
I am going to have to bow out right now because I got to figure out a lot of logistics on how to change this compressor right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here. Good luck on the rest of the show, guys. Hello to everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat, so sorry, but
Give us a call if you need some tech support.
Yeah, we could.
I
do
will
that.
definitely give you a call if I need technical support. So
How many superheats are in them beer cans?
yeah, we don't want to let the superheats out. So
No.
all right, guys.
Just cut the lines, let it rip. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Well, he's probably good now that he opened that valve anyway.
Yeah.
If it was
Yeah,
even cool, like
I'm
yeah, who
sure.
knows?
You know,
We'll figure it
if
out.
compressors are anything like transmissions, you can just dump a bunch of sawdust in there and it'll kind of do what it should do, you know?
Yeah.
It'll get them gears going.
Oh, before
Oh, crap, man.
yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, like, we never actually even really introduced the show. We just kind of We
Go
just
ahead.
kind of fell into this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's get back on the subject here. Did you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas? Adam, first in the old Facebook there, I noticed you had a picture of you underneath a pile of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know those people?
That was my family. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were
Yeah,
having a
you-
fire by the fireplace, and then one after another jumped on top of me. My one son was like playing Fortnite or something in the other room, so he missed out.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Joe, did you have any people on top of you for Christmas?
No, unfortunately, I didn't.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I didn't, buddy. The only thing that caught me was
Where's that young girl that's always in the chat, always eyeballing you up? Didn't invite her? Is she not?
I don't know what young girls are talking about in chat.
Yeah,
but
it depends on which group you're talking about. You know, if
Did
you're
she give the key back?
my key.
Yeah, she gave the key back.
What are you? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost.
It's American slang.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I wish there was. Yeah, no, it was good. Trying to convince my pops to like his gift because I converted him to battery Milwaukee trimmer and brush. You know, the attachment one, the quick lock Milwaukee.
is this like a man care thing or
What?
personal grooming?
No, it's a Milwaukee lawn
Like
set.
yard stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Although I did
You
get some
know.
grooming stuff from somebody. But
it's 2020. You gotta go with the flow.
yeah, I never thought I would go battery, but you know what? I figured it's less headache because you know I'm tired of. You know, Joe,
Yeah,
can you look at
corded
this for
guy?
me? Can you fix it? What? Sorry.
He's a corded guy.
No, he's a gas. Like all of us are. You know, we're just gas guys.
I mean, I don't know. Gas has its place, but in things like weed whackers, I guess unless you have like a landscaping business and you run around doing it all day, I don't know. Batteries are the way to go for me, in my opinion.
Really? Okay. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have battery power long,
Oh yeah, everything's battery powered except for my lawnmower.
that's awesome. DeWalt has one. Ryobi has one, I believe, but Milwaukee still didn't launch their lawnmower. I'm waiting for that. But
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't
No?
see a battery powered lawnmower being any good.
Listen, Milwaukee
might.
never lets us down. All
All
right.
you need is enough batteries, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was watching this little girl was complaining about how slow her Power Wheels were. So her dad like put a Milwaukee battery on it. Then it was still
That's
too
something
slow.
Clive would do. Just had to put that out
It
there.
was still-
Imagine having Clive having a kid.
Yeah.
Daddy, I'll
No,
fix
see-
that for you.
Or if Clive just met a random stranger's kid and he'd be like, hold on, let me tweak that a little bit. And then all of a sudden their kid just zooms off into a wall. And then Clive just walks away laughing.
Yeah. So listen, the guy he ended up doing dual motors on it and then a second 18-volt battery in series. And then he tried it out before his daughter and he pulled a freaking wheelie and flipped over in the thing. It was so fast.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Rookie, good to see you, buddy. Long time. HVAC Rookie's here. Hope you had a
Yeah,
good Christmas.
first shout out to everybody in the chat there. Happy late Christmas. Merry late Christmas to all you guys.
Yeah.
Hope you guys all had a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
And I want to share something else here I have here because one of my helpers is asking me because he doesn't see heat pumps in it that much, simple heat pumps. And I was going to ask if anybody was interested, nailer.com. You get some little quick facts on how a little mini, like a condominium heat pump, and it's a small one, just like any other heat pump works. It's pretty cool. So nailer.com. Find some pretty good.
Nail, Nail, nail,
Or, yeah, nail or
or ER.
OR.
WHO.
And you have to find it.
.com.
OR. It's the American version, not the Canadian version. Isn't the Canadians that do OUR?
No,
Color.
I think the Canadians are the WHORE.com.
WH.
Yeah. NAILWHORE. That's what you're talking about, right?
I'm just going too quick for me. But anyways, yeah, no, just Nailer. So anyways, it's good. You know, it gives you enthalpy charts, shows a little bit about them, how the compressor, and it's just pretty cool how it graphs. It's pretty cool, and reversing valve, and just little synopsis on heat pump. It's pretty cool, I thought, and I'm gonna share it with him. You have to like locate it, but once you locate it, it's pretty neat.
Very nice.
So anybody's interesting about a heat pump and a condominium or just heat pump in general. Yeah, nailer.com. Nailer Industries.
Nail her.
That's a nice little tidbit of information
Now I
there.
got it. Yeah, yeah. I found it useful. It's pretty good to explain. There's other things I could give him that I have, from what's it called, that tranquility unit. There's all kinds of information on that unit and blah 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 blah. But that's a little. You can start there, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah. Nailer.com.
So
yeah.
I had a couple talking points I was going to talk about, but it's hard to do with Chris not being here because we had discussed a few things earlier, and I was like, all right, we'll talk about that on the show tonight. We're going to talk about headmasters and liquid refrigerants and condensers and cold climates.
Well, I think we should just change the subject and talk about boilers.
Hey, boiler talk again.
We can talk about headmasters. Like, I don't mind. Like,
well,
yeah, go ahead.
Because earlier today when I was running this call at this fine dining establishment, eating good in the neighborhood, eating good in the trailer hood, the cold rail there, it's kind of a funky system. So downstairs you have the box. Obviously, it's a built-in reach-in box. You got 4 evaporators all together. And then you have a compressor and a receiver downstairs on the other side of that box with its temperature control. It's got a remote condenser. So the compressor pushes the refrigerant up to the remote condenser, condenses, comes back down, right? Pretty simple, but the compressor's downstairs. And the condenser does not have a headmaster. It's just got a fan cycling switch. So it's just sort of like banging on and off, but it's set up properly so it's not constantly banging on and off. The fan's not constantly banging on and off. But after I couldn't really figure out anything obvious, I gauged up to the system. I'm watching it, and the fan cycling switch kicks on at about 150, and it cuts out at around 115. And I'm watching it, and as soon as that fan comes on, as soon as it comes on, you see your pressure drop because, as you know, it's super, super cold outside. And when you start getting that rush of cold air across that coil, it's going to drop immediately. That refrigerant's going to condense. The temperature is going to drop, which also means you're going to have a drop in pressure.
Yeah.
So all of that to say that the liquid refrigerant in the sight glass started to drain out the sight glass, and I don't see that very often. So I was looking at it, I'm like, should that be happening? I started thinking about it. I'm like, I think it should, but I don't see that particular setup as much. So me and Chris were discussing that on the way home, and turns out we both decided that it should be doing that.
Yeah, I agree. If you put, when you come across this, I come across a lot of units that have the funky fan cycle on a condenser split system. I'm pretty sure maybe Adam sees them too. It's like a homemade, I don't know, I guess you could say headmaster, and they put a fan cycle on a condensing unit, right? And
you're saying
it's the same,
like even on residential where it has to build pressure. Yeah,
right.
I've seen it.
Right. And that's so hard on those fans. They're like squeaky. Everyone I come across, they're all squeaky.
Yeah.
Right?
And not only, I was thinking about this, not only is it hard on the fan to bang on and off, but you got to think about that TXV, because all of a sudden it's getting 150 PSI to its inlet. And then all of a sudden it drops down to 125, 100, and it's hunting that entire time. And then it's hunting on its way down, then it's hunting on its way back up.
It's bound to get empty, like not empty spots, but it's bound to see what you're seeing bubbling, I guess, in the sight glass.
No, it just drains.
Okay. I think it would be normal, to be honest.
There's a common misconception that it shouldn't do that. And I was like, well, because I've always been told, you always have a clear column of liquid to that sight glass. And that's true. But in this particular setup, in this particular situation, I think that's normal to see that liquid draining back. I don't know, any of you guys in the chat, if you stuck around that entire story, let me know what you think about that.
See if anybody in the chat is saying, Dave G, yes, once the fan comes on, sight glass will empty out. Okay.
Well, if Dave G says it, then I know it's true. And you shut the stream down right now.
Man, I'm done.
Bam, we're done.
Dave works on a lot of refrigeration, a lot of commercial, and that dude is always working. I'm talking to him, and it's like 8 o'clock at night. He's working. 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, he's working. And
hey, Dave G, are you working right now?
He probably was. Is he?
It's like I'm on my lunch break.
He drives all over. The dude's from Wisconsin. He's driving down to like southern Indiana. He's going, all over the place. Unreal.
Nice. Wisconsin's nice. So close to us. I didn't know he's that close. Pretty cool.
He's right in between me and you, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's meet
He's
at
like the
his
middleman.
house for a party.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
Dave,
barbecue
the middleman.
at Dave's house.
Dave could be the middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
But
Creepy.
he's not working now, he says. By the way.
So
Yeah.
that's my talking point. I had another one too that I thought about as I was leaving that job. And I think about this often when I'm doing on-call work, after hours, overtime stuff. And I was leaving the location, and as I was leaving, there's a multitude of people that were talking to me about various things, like, hey, did you get it up and running? Blah, blah, blah. A couple of the staff, a couple of the managers. And so I did the whole spiel, like, hey, we got to give them a quick $4.50 explanation of it as I'm walking out the door. But I remember specifically, I was walking out the back door, and I turned to one of the staff people and I said, you have a good afternoon. And when I said that, I realized, like, you know what? I could have easily have not said that and just kept walking out the back door after I finished the conversation, but I added that on there. And that sparked a thought in my mind of being professional when you don't have to be or don't want to be. Like, it's overtime. Like, I'm there. Granted, I don't really care about being there. I'm getting paid either way. So, but in general, overtime, some guys don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be other places.
Hey, let's be honest though. Some guys don't want to be there during the day.
True.
11 o'clock on a Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah, it's like your quality of work doesn't go down just because you're on overtime. You still give them that big picture quote.
Yeah. No. So why? What was your attitude like? Did I miss him? Like,
He was nice to him. He said, "Have a great day, sir."
Yeah, I was just being nice, and I thought about it. Like, I give myself a pat on the back because I didn't have to be. Like, I got there, like, oh, it's been working for hours. Like, oh, I drove here. It took me 2 hours to drive here. Like, all right, well, I'm going to check it out anyway, But all these things, and then the whole time I'm there, they're burning me, getting splashed me with grease, and asking me every 42 seconds, like, hey, you figure out what's wrong with it? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it,
Yeah.
But that whole time, you still have to maintain a level of professionalism.
Always. I say always, no matter what.
Along with like the technical ability, I think that's another thing that separates a mediocre tech from a good tech.
Yeah. Yeah. Those little details. It's funny you're saying this because I want to bring this up too. Right before the holidays, I went to the suppliers, and I'm not doing this to showboat, but I walk in and I'm like, and I was under pressure because I got this job done.
Wait, did they recognize you from the overtime show?
No. But they're like, Joe, whenever you come in, you're one guy that no matter what, you're always so, good, cracking jokes or blah, blah, blah. Why? I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. I'm glad, And one guy was like, yeah, I admire that. And I got to take it I got to learn from that. Because it doesn't pay off to be bitter. And it's like, it's not their fault that you're having a bad day, you're under stress or whatever. And you and I know, just like everybody in chat or you guys, some days you're under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Got to get shit done.
Sucks.
Yeah. Shit's hanging the fan. Life
People
sucks.
are calling you, like yelling at you because you didn't order a pizza. You got to go home to that shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you always gotta you always gotta stay professional, no matter what, to the customer or to even the supplier guys, that are helping you out. Even if they do make mistakes, we all make mistakes.
Yeah,
gotta be professional.
I tend to be more of a pessimist, more of a realist. And I have a post-it note in my van that says, "Don't show your negativity."
Really?
See, to me, like, my negativity isn't negativity; it's just being real. Like, I look at a job as like, what can go wrong? Because it probably will go wrong. So let's prepare for that. And like the other guy's like, hey, sunshine and rainbows. Like, what's going to go right? We're going to kick this job's butt, 100%, that guy, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to stab you in the kidney. Shut up. Like, what's going to go wrong here? That's what we need to talk about.
So are you saying that? Do you only stay positive with the customer or with the guys working with you, or all the whole way around?
I try to do the whole way around.
Because there's no way I could stay positive with the guys that I'm working with. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be like a jerk or whatever, but like, I walk into a job, like my dad will estimate a job. He's like, shouldn't be too bad or whatever. I walk into it within the first 10 seconds. I'm like, motherfucker, this is going to be a shit show today. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. I've walked into jobs that other people have quoted too. And like, I can't say anything positive about it, but I try to mitigate the negativity that I spew about it, at least.
Right.
Yeah, but that's like the hardest thing for me is to rally the troops. Like, you know what, we're gonna knock this out of the park. Like, wait, we don't have any materials. Oh, and our curbs backwards. Oh shit, we got the wrong voltage on the RTU. Like, damn it, man, we're not gonna knock this out of the park. Like, let's get out of here, you dipshits. You know.
Yep.
Michael in chat says, most of the time I'm having a bad day, I'll visit a customer who has been with us since my grandfather owned the business, and it changes my perspective. It would too, I guess, for me as well. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know.
My helper has a very good attitude all the time. He's like, "Oh, this is good, right?" Yeah, like he's always like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a good job." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "No,
Like, you don't know what's going on, do
no,
you?
it's not. It's gonna be awful. I hate it.
Ignorance is bliss.
It's just like this. It's just like the contractors. You know, we all have done it a little bit. Even if you do it under your breath, or you're telling your colleague, "Oh, that fucking contractor, why do you do that?" You know, you're knocking the other guy. But there's a way to do it. You know, you're not gonna go blast to the front of the general contractor, or the builder or something. You know, talking bad about a contractor. It doesn't make you look good, to be honest.
You know what always brings it in perspective? Like, was it last week? The vice president of our company called me. And no real reason. He had already called me previously and wanted to wish me a Merry Christmas. Hey, refrigeration and kitchen EQ. I can't talk. Hey, appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thanks for the super chat, bud.
Joe, here's a Zellers gift card. They don't have Zellers here anymore. That's amazing.
You can buy yourself at Timmy's.
You don't have to.
A double and some donut holes.
What's a Zellers anyway?
Oh, I guess you guys don't have Zellers. Okay, Zellers was like, I guess, a Target, you would say. We had here, and it went under. We don't have it here in Toronto, Ontario, but I don't know if they have it anywhere else, in Canada. But here, it didn't make it. It's
like a Kmart sort of superstore.
Yeah, actually, Walmart just took them over pretty much. Anywhere the Zellers was, Walmart just.
I sent you that video yesterday, Joe. Was it yesterday? Was it Christmas or the day before? About the drive-through line? Was it at Wendy's? On Christmas, there was a dude who filmed the video. He's like, "Look at all these people waiting. There's like 20 cars waiting."
That was Tim Hortons.
Was it? And they were closed, and now everyone's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, we all think Tim Hortons is always open because it usually is the only thing that's always open all the time. And there was like a big lineup, and they were closed. And I guess because of COVID and whatnot, I guess they were closed for a little bit during Christmas. And yeah, people were in lineup thinking they're open. It's funny.
So there was a line of people waiting on a closed restaurant?
The funniest thing was the guy sitting at the freaking drive-thru waiting.
Yeah, what was that's like? Was that the guy filming? Like he just drove up there, parked his car, and got out?
There's a dude who walked up, and he's walking along. He's like, "Check all these idiots out!" And he's like walking along the line of cars. He's like, "It's closed!" And he walks to the front, like where you pick up your food, and it says "Closed today."
Nice. I lived in Toronto from Texas. HVACR Texas. Lived in Toronto. What a difference from Toronto all the way down to the South Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cowboy now.
He's a cowboy.
Yeah.
He was a northern cowboy. Now he's a southern cowboy. Okay. But yeah.
Northern cowboy.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Oh, Bill, you should open up your box I sent you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, open it. What are you waiting for?
He was waiting.
You try to tell me something?
I've been holding this knife here the whole time.
Nice.
If this is a glitter bomb, I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Good to see all you guys in chat. Hit the thumbs like. I can't even speak right now. That scotch is good.
Hit the thumbs
Hit
like.
the like button. Jesus.
The thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Doesn't take long.
Now this is high class packaging materials. I didn't want to use like packing peanuts because I don't think they're biodegradable.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
What is this?
Is that toilet paper?
It's like,
One ply?
It's single ply.
no, you can see through it. That's one ply.
You can see through.
I swear this whole box is just toilet paper.
Just like Clyde said about that customer there, you can't tell your emotions. Funny.
Like there's some more.
That's a whole. I actually have a picture.
There's some more.
I have a picture of my daughter. I was holding the roll, and my hands were getting tired because she was like, pulling it out.
Just one roll?
Yeah, it's one whole roll.
Oh my god, people will kill for
What is
that.
this? Oh, this is a yellow box.
That's used.
This is this the smart probe thing?
Yeah, that's the one you wanted. I told you
Oh,
I had
that's
an extra
awesome.
one sitting
Is it
around.
locked? What's this funky thing in the front?
That's an air pressure relief valve.
It's been a while since I've seen those. Actually, show them out. Show them out.
They
How
work
do you
with
even open this thing?
the two tabs. That's for Measure Quick. You could work. You use the whole thing with Measure Quick. You know.
Oh man, I've never gotten to use Measure Quick.
Show them to the
Damn.
Whoops.
Look at that, man. That is pretty sweet.
That is. It's cool.
You can't tell, but I am excited. I can't even get this thing out of here. Look at that. Where's the little needle at?
Needle.
Needle.
And say your O-rings.
Careful.
O-rings are in pretty good condition. Man, that is pretty sweet, man. I was just talking about I was thinking about getting the field piece but I had to get some sort of smart probes. I need to get in the 2020 game, man.
That's a badass set. I gotta tell you.
What's the range like on those?
They're not bad. They're not. I don't think it's like.
There's something else in this toilet paper box.
There's a bunch of crap in there.
Hey, look at that. It's a broken
It wasn't broken when I sent it.
Oh my god!
Rubik's Cube. How special is that?
How special is that? He says.
Yeah.
You gotta snap
Oh
it
my
together.
God.
It
It's
worked.
like walking down the street, I'm like, hey, I found some garbage. I'll send it to Bill.
That's a York. That's from York. You see?
Oh, it is York. Look at that. What is that? There we go.
Cool.
This is it's not competition rated. It's not a speed cube. Just for those guys out there, the speed cubes, their corners are slightly rounded. Right here. There's a
Okay.
speed cube.
Okay. Okay. So you don't scratch your fingers? Why is it rounded?
No, because it spins faster.
Oh,
That's more of like a a paperweight.
yeah, like a paperweight, like a.
It looks cool though. It looks cool. I kid. I do appreciate that.
Like Clive said, that expression means he's delighted with the
What is
gift.
this thing? Is this a shower curtain?
Oh, there's more?
No, it's pants. Oh, they're Duluth pants.
Oh, the Duluth Pants. Awesome.
Oh, snap, man.
Show them. Gotta see these things.
See, I was worried about these. Anytime I buy pants, I'm always worried about the ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have dainty ankles, but I have size 15 feet. So it naturally makes my ankles look like they're little tiny baby ankles.
Oh,
So whenever I buy pants, ankles is where it's at, man.
so you got cankles. Gotcha.
No, I don't have cankles.
Oh, okay.
See, are these it's like a stretchy. It's kind of stretchy. Is this ripstop?
Mm,
Good question.
I don't know if it's ripstop or not, but it's really if you're in like Dickies pants or whatever,
Yeah.
and you
that's
just
what I
feel
use it
like
for.
tight when you're bending down, like squatting.
Yep.
This you feel like you're naked when you're squatting. You're just like, ooh.
So they do. So they are stretch.
Yeah.
Isn't that their tagline? Like you feel naked?
Yeah.
All right, serious?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of their taglines is like you feel naked.
Well, there's
I
one
gotta-
other item in there.
I gotta figure out how to roll this toilet paper back up so I can use it.
I put the tube. There's a tube in there too, so
Yeah,
you
right here. Look at that.
it's a ballroom underpants.
Buck naked.
Buck naked underwear.
Sweet.
I tell you, it does. There's a little bit of awkwardness opening your underwear from another man.
Nice.
That's what I was
Like-
hoping for.
like
That was a
wearing
goal.
Nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Huh?
Now, if you could just try them on for us all, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be great. The fans will love it.
Hey, which one of us does that look like the most?
I
You can't really focus on it, can you?
can see it. I can see it. One of us, I couldn't say.
I'm going with Chris. Looks like Chris.
Let's go with Chris.
I kind of think it looks like Mike Webb.
Yeah, he has a beard, but those probes are awesome. Any
Do
probe
this so I can put it back.
that's awesome. He has a roll in there. So you don't have any probes at all, Bill?
I don't have any smart probes. No, I just we'll just throw that right there. No, last year I invested in the Testo 550s
Mhm.
because I was kind of apprehensive about buying the probes, so I went with sort of the next best thing. The 550s have Bluetooth capabilities, so you can gauge up to the system and then use your Bluetooth and connect via your cell phone. But the range on them is so horrible.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was going for. I was like, I want the range, but at the time I was like, I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on some probes yet. So I just kind of held off, and then I just never got any.
I don't think any of them are super awesome with range. I think the field piece is probably one of the better ones, you know?
Yeah.
But like the Testo I heard is like the worst as far as range
Even the
goes.
second gen, you're saying.
I think the second gen is better, but the first gen was like you stand back 3 feet from the unit and the freaking thing goes off, you know? That's what I heard. I heard it's awful.
Yeah, I get like maybe down my ladder and like next to the door, the whatever building I'm going into, I'm like, oh, I can't see it now. That's useless. Let alone even trying to get inside of a building.
I don't think you could really, I mean, especially commercial building. I don't know if there's a lot of, well, I think iManifold probably has the best range with that range extender and all that, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But nobody has iManifold anymore, right?
No.
Nobody does. No.
Nobody.
And what I just discovered is how important these are when you're doing like an R290 system.
Yes.
Because these R290 systems, man, the charge on them is so minute. Like you're talking like I think the charge on this one is said between like 4.4 and 4.6 ounces was the charge. That's what it was. I don't know why it was arranged like that, but that's what the charge was. And obviously you get R290 in a 14-ounce can. Well, out of that 14-ounce can, there's not a whole lot of pressure you can build up. Even like, you know, I warm the can up best I can, you know, let it sit in some hot water while I was doing a compressor change out. But, you know, like I posted this online, a quick clip of the pinch off end of the video.
Yep.
And but charging that thing up, if you have your big long hoses on there and you're trying to charge it up, like what I've learned is since using my gauges, you have to use one hose. If you're going to use hoses, you're best to use one hose and try to keep that hose as short as you can.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your hoses will suck up, I don't know what, 2-3 ounces of refrigerant.
Yeah, any critical, you know, any reefer tech will tell you those probes are crucial, even for the small condominium like heat pumps. Those probes are amazing. Like I don't even want to hook up gauges to those because like there's not much, you know what I mean? And plus, you don't want to hook up gauges really.
And if you can't get them on, use those little 6-inch hoses with like either like the 90 fitting or whatever.
Actually, that should be used.
L Anonymous said, I think he added an extra 0 because there's no way. The Appian PTC 800 has 1,000-foot range. No way. 1,000 feet?
Really?
There's no way.
I wonder how much that degrades or derates once you start getting walls involved in ceilings and whatnot.
He's got to be talking about like metric feet or something.
Well, the field piece, they say 300, correct? I don't even know. 300?
I don't even know. No,
and it's not a true like number though, because you get in the way of like other, you know, package units, or you get in front of the building or whatever. And maybe if it's a straight shot, yeah.
Then you got 5G death rays raining down and you getting in the way of that signal.
Or like refrigeration tech, or I think Sean said it, spray foam and cement.
He said he's saying 1,000 feet. Bill.
I mean, that seems pretty far.
That Sporlin, now that Chris is not on here and we don't have to plug Sporlin every 3 minutes, sell those probes and buy the Appian.
Quality, tradition. Is it quality, tradition, integrity, or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. See, come on, Sporlin, give me a call. Quality, tradition, integrity, making good shit.
Sporlin one's temp compensate low temp application. He does use those probes, Steve.
You know, on a side note, you know what I found out? You guys probably never heard of this, but there's a company called Wild Willie's.
For beards?
Yeah, they make beard cream.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I never knew it, but the one of the Duct Dynasty guys, I'm pretty sure, is the founder of that company.
The main dude. I saw that
when
we were talking about it.
What's his last name? I forget their names. But Willie, obviously. That's why it's named Wild Willie's. Yeah, somebody gave me some of their beard products. And in my beard care video, which if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. Because I'm in the shower.
He's in the shower.
Yeah. And I tout their product. So I hashtagged him in that video and kind of re-edited it and sent it to him. So
very nice.
Come on.
We could have Willie on our show, right? We already had Who do we have?
Uncle, what was his
Mountain
name?
Man.
Mountain Man.
We're trying to
Wasn't
get
he?
it. What's that other guy's name? Uncle Saul? No.
Oh yeah, Sal. He'd be more interesting than Mountain Man. I really don't even know who Mountain Man is.
Mountain Man was on like 2 episodes.
He's
But,
like the janitor of the Duck Dynasty guys.
Michael Hausch was saying that Sporlan are the only probes that compensate for low temp applications.
Hey, thanks. Refrigeration and Kitchen EQ Tech. Another super chat.
Awesome.
They're awesome.
Gift card for a building box. Keep the hot side videos coming.
Oh, this guy.
Fantastic. Hey, look at that.
Zach
Mr.
Ciota.
Zach Ciota. I
The
know
one-
that guy.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I know that guy. Mr. Zach P. Ciota. Hey, we appreciate that, Zach. I don't know. I think I'm just going to take that and buy myself.
Question: do you guys have preferred
For
brand for
underwear.
residential units? Troy Building.
That's all you guys.
I'm saying
I'm going to
my
sign out.
for my quick little GIF, I'm gonna say for the lower tier units, they're all the same crap. Whatever it is, it is. That's fine.
I like Train. I'm sorry. I really do like Train.
Even for the lower tier,
Yeah, I do. I like
what's
Train.
the difference?
Actually, the lower tier Train, like the 13 seer and stuff, they did recently in the last, I don't know how many years, they went through a couple different compressors, which kind of bothered me slightly. You know, they used to have they were at the Recip compressor, and then they did the Alliance compressor, and then they went to LG, and then now I think they're back at Copeland, which is the Alliance.
Yeah, I think they are as well, but
I'd buy a Train if they gave me like a great deal on it. Like if they gave me a free carrier or something. Like, here's a Train, and for buying this Train, you get this free carrier unit.
I don't know. I just think for the lower tier units, up to 16 or whatever you want to call it, I guess 16 tier, they're all the same crap to me.
I don't know. I look at like maintaining it too. If we're talking about only condensers or heat pumps, you look at like let's look at things that are like why they're easy to.
Okay.
Like what makes them better? Lennox, that little triangle pyramid unit or whatever, super easy. 2 screws per panel, they pop right off, super easy to clean. Couldn't get any easier than the Lennox to take apart. That's probably the easiest unit to take apart, in my opinion.
Goodman, you talking about condensers, right?
Yeah.
Let's go Goodman and Amana.
Yeah.
Not bad. Where they put their where they situate their contactors or capacitors is not the greatest spot. I think they're kind of rushing to do that.
Their panels suck. You have to pop the top off 100% to take the panels off. The panels, like, you have to like hook them on, and on the 13 seer, it's not terrible to put back together. But when you get to the 16 seer, it's almost a 2-man job to put the panels back together. It gets brutal to do that and try to manage the top and everything. It does not. It's not fun, right?
Hey, Dallas, good to see you. No, you're right. Okay, let's go to ICP brands.
Hey, I gotta say, for a long time, like the wire condensers, like the GMCs and all that, and the Janitrols or whatever, everyone was talking crap about them because they're just wire. There's no guard on them. But a lot of the different ICPs and carrier products, like the lower end 13 series, super easy to clean because it's just a wire freaking mesh, right?
Carrier, Keep Right. There's a few of them. Yeah, they're awesome. I have no complaints. I think that's my go-to. Michael's saying Lennox high dollar and Lennox very easy. I agree. They are high dollar.
Before I forget, the Train units, and again, forgive me for this sounding stupid. I'm going to do residential, or split systems or whatever. The Train residential systems, do they have the Reliatel boards, the RTRM boards, like the same boards they have in the rooftop package units?
No, I would say no.
Okay.
Weather makers.
What is it? Do those Train units use a 10K or 20K ohm resistor for a zone sensor? Do you know?
Zone sensor?
Zone sensor for
the rooftop package units.
I know.
No, the answer is no. There's nothing like that in the residential.
I know. Right then.
I mean, definitely not in the 13 seer.
Absolutely not. Up until the 16 series, nothing.
Oh, look at Mr. Dallas fan Ralph is coming through. I think we may have to talk to Honeywell.
Oh, I just seen that. Bill said you can put your shit in, if you want to like say something that's put it in caps, just like Chris says. Put it in caps.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's rip him off.
Yeah, he's not here, so we could do that, right?
Yeah, and we'll say our good buddy Ralph over with Honeywell guys over here. You know, he's. I'm gonna call. Actually, let's get him on the phone. Hang on a second.
No, you can't actually dial from that.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh, so you can't even use it?
No,
You
you
can.
you just keep this in your pocket, and when somebody calls you, you pull it out and answer it.
Oh, you keep yours in your pocket?
Well, at least if somebody says, "Is that a banana in your pocket?" Or are you just happy to see me? You can say, "Yeah, actually, it is a banana in my pocket."
Yeah. And then they just run because they're like they have obviously met a psychopath.
Yeah, right. Like, why not?
I got the same one, but it's over there, so I'm not gonna get it right now. But I actually used mine because I was like I don't know. The idea is so simplistic. I'm like, what the hell? And it works. Decent sound quality. I called my house.
Somebody was asking. It's a good question because maybe people have it mixed up. American Standard and Train. What's the relationship? One of you guys.
They're the same company.
Same company. Yeah.
Okay, but before they weren't, right? They were on and off, or
No, they're always the same company.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were always the same company.
Yeah.
to be honest, I wasn't even sure.
What else you got, Joe? Throw another question at me. I'm on fire.
Let's see if there's any in chat. What's the strangest heating situation you've ever come across?
Oh, wait, real quick before you get to that Dallas fan. He says he'd love to come on the show, but he's not an official spokesperson for Honeywell.
Well, we could like have you on as the unofficial spokesperson.
There you go.
Unofficial spokesperson.
You know what? That'll be cool if maybe he could, unless he knows already. Yeah, never mind.
What?
I want to talk about 290, right? And I want to have somebody on, but if he knows more in depth about it,
or probably does. What? You got some questions about R290?
We could just talk about it. It's interesting. I never worked on a 290 unit. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't work on it. It could be the wave of the future, right? Maybe you're going to see residential units with like stainless steel lines using R290 one day.
I think that if you see that in residential, you're going to see everything self-contained units outside, and you're going to see water or glycol or whatever lines running inside.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's actually pretty cool. I think that'll be pretty cool.
What did you guys think of Chris's freaking crazy giveaway? That now that he's not on here, we could talk about him.
Well, the winners, some of them are in here. We see Sean, we see DG. I forget the other ones.
Yeah.
But
you were talking about ideas for next year, but I don't know, that's a hell of a cool thing the guy did.
That is. That's awesome.
He's like, I have so many ideas. We could do this with overtime. If you guys just want to donate, we're like, yeah.
Yes, isn't no? Wouldn't you say? Chris
You could just keep it on your channel, Chris.
No, it's not that. It's just we gotta think of something good, obviously now, because we always gotta trump the other last idea, right?
He's definitely a how do you say that word? Philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say that word. Philanthropist. There you go. Philanthropist of the group. But
they will be like water chillers.
Yep. They Space Pack has one.
Yeah, Space Pack. You know what? Even the dehumidification Pool Pack has one, a model for residential. Dectron, they all have water cooled condensers as well. You know, you go that route instead of using the refrigerant.
That way, if it blows up, it's going to blow your neighbor's house up and not yours.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about CO2.
What? Yeah. Well, what else would they need? I guess like, okay, the lines, okay, fine. But what else would they have to? I guess that's it. Like, I don't know.
We need to get somebody on the show that really can dig into some CO2.
Yeah, that's right. Because you and I know, Bill, we were talking about the other day that, what's it called?
CO2.
No, the, what was that? Subcooled or
transcritical? When it gets into the transcritical stage?
Yeah, it's like when the temperature and pressure don't even relate anymore. It's like, what the hell?
Talking to a couple guys online, obviously reading about it in the little bit of spare time that I get. But it's you can read it and understand it, but it's just so much better to actually talk about a guy, talk to it about a guy who's had hands-on with it.
Absolutely.
And so any of you guys in the chat, if you guys know anybody that's really good with CO2, you want to recommend them to us, or somebody you want to see us interview that knows something about CO2, shoot us some names because we're gonna reach out to some people that we know.
Maybe
Don-
Rick does
Don Gillis.
does Rick know CO2?
He probably knows a little bit, but
A little bit. Want to get someone who's really, not saying he's not, but someone who's
yeah,
really,
he's still just getting into the supermarket stuff.
yeah,
Super critical. That was another one. Anonymous.
yeah, super critical. It's like it could turn into like dry ice.
Well, I think transcritical is where you don't want to be, but transcritical is where you're gonna be if the ambient temperature is above 88 degrees outside. Then the CO2 becomes transcritical, which means like you said, the pressure temperature relationship is gone out the window.
Right.
And then I think supercritical is that medium stage, and then there's a stage underneath there, maybe subcritical, normal critical. I don't know, but
Okay.
that's why we need to have somebody else on here.
Yeah, we will. For sure. Let's see what these guys are saying. They're saying anything. How do you guys keep stuff from freezing in the vents? Pipe, dope, bubbles, PVC primer, cement. That's a good one. I'm going to get back to it, but I just want to get to Michael's CO2 comment. CO2 harder and requires much more temp difference than a typical hydronic application, although there is a product that's supposed to be in the works. Interesting. Don Gillis knows CO2. There's another guy too, I think.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Don Gillis. I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and me and him can have a radio voice off, if you will. You guys have ever heard of him talk? He's definitely got a radio voice.
CLT chronic.
Have you guys,
guys,
as far as the liquids,
yeah,
have you guys noticed that, like, because they actually make like PVC cement and that are supposed to be cold weather, okay, but it's like super liquidy and it takes forever to set up. You got to hold the joint forever. Have you noticed, like, Odie, like their old school PVC glue that they used to make, like I can't find it anywhere anymore. It would set up and it was like nice and thick and it would set up really nice and it wouldn't work very well in cold weather. It would die very quickly. But I feel like the crap that you buy right now, it just takes forever to set up. It doesn't. It's not like it was like 10 years ago. I don't know what it is. And I know you can get the heavier body stuff and all that, but
you're absolutely right. I want to know if anybody uses what I always was wondering, if anybody uses some kind of heating element in their truck, it's besides keeping their truck on, to keep these liquids at a certain temperature above freezing point, let's say. You know what I mean? I was always wondering about that. You know, you see some trucks with some, ventilation setups, but you never see anything about heating them, or do they? That'd be pretty neat for the northern climates. Oh.
I would agree to whatever it is you're saying.
Question: came across an Appian G2 twin recovery machine at pawn shop, $125 US. Won't turn on. Worth buying and try to fix. Thinking about offering $40 US. If you get $40,
you could probably do something with it. And if you can't, send it to me. I could do something with it.
Yes, but don't spend too much money on that thing because who knows? They could have been slack with the oil. The seals could be all gone. Has to be all totally rebuilt. How much are those things to rebuild?
I don't know. I don't think they're that much. Like I had, I don't know about Appian, but like if it doesn't turn on, that sounds like it's something that
minimal.
It sounds like it could be something like easy, right? That's the first thing I would think of is like a switch, or I'd take a risk on $40. I mean, you spend $40 on pizza on a Friday night.
Yeah,
I can do it. Screw it.
Yeah,
if you remember to order it.
Yeah. Dodgy solvent. I agree, but Clive.
Yeah, solvents. Big Blue actually makes a low temp version as well too.
Yeah, they do. I got some in my truck right now for that.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, I've heard, but I never had it. So they do. Interesting. What do you guys do for your puck locks to keep them from freezing? I guess he's assuming the puck locks on the doors.
Spray WD-40 in them.
Yeah, but that evaporates. So,
I mean, do it often. But I mean, besides that, though, what else is there? Is there an actual product for that?
Yeah, there's those squirters and those flame thingies. Yeah, torch. Keep your torch. I used to keep my torch handy on this other truck. I had the map gas just handy with.
In my box truck yesterday, for Christmas, because I need to get a couple different size screwdrivers to put the crap together. And my wife's like, go outside and get it. So I go outside. The padlock is frozen on the box truck, So I'm sitting there with the pad. I go into the garage. I get a hammer. I turn the thing. I'm beating on the padlock to get it down. Finally, I break it free. You know how there's like a latch that you got to lift up to pull the other latch? That was frozen down. So I'm like prying on that. And then once I got it all up, the door that you like, the roll up door, that was frozen down. Like everything was frozen.
Wow. Adam, a gift card to Target to be used as a Canadian location only.
Nice.
You guys see what GrooveJet was talking about?
Sorry?
Zappers.
GrooveJet, a little bit further up, he says, isn't it crazy?
Thanks, refrigeration.
All we do is work, and on our precious time off, we still talk about work. What's wrong with us?
We're such nerds, right?
Yeah,
We gotta be cool nerds, though. That's what it is.
The
Cool
2%.
nerds.
Yeah, see, we can have one show where we're talking about nothing but like wieners and butts and poop stories, and then the next show we can have a civil, professional conversation about CO2 and transcritical and various things in the technical manner.
Trying to make it fun, especially.
I would like to have. I'd like to have a show, which I know it wouldn't fare very well with Chris or Bill, but like
okay with me though.
No, you'd be fine with it. Yeah, hydronics, boiler sizing, piping sizing, like sizing your main, sizing your pumps, everything.
We'll do that here for sure.
Flow,
we'll do it here. We'll pick a time. We'll pick a day for sure.
Yeah, we can do that here. I mean, I can always just be listening to my latest Avril Lavigne album in the background.
Gotta run, guys. See you later, Dallas.
She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious?
Oxyacetylene gas through the keyhole, and then a match. That would blow it up.
I'd open it up though.
It's hard to be me.
Maybe.
What is refrigeration's name, anyways? Keep on saying refrigeration. It's too long a name, so we have to like river maintenance. Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the garage on the most comfortable heat for it. What was he asking, anyways? What kind of heater? I installed one of those. I don't know if I told you guys, one of those heaters. What was the make of it? I think I said it last week.
You said ADP.
Yeah, ADP. That's right. It was a cheap whatever. I guess they're all cheap. Like there's nothing to them. Well, some are. The heat exchanger are different, right? Some are. We're talking about those heaters, wall hung heaters, Bill. I think you've done one or done a few.
Wall hungs like for residential.
Yeah, or commercial. It depends on BTUs, right?
I almost got one of those for my house.
Yeah. What do you think is better though? Because I just seen 2-peter in there. A 2-peter or a forced air
2-peter.
2-peter radiant.
I mean, you can't put a 2-peter. You can't use a 2-peter in every scenario, right?
Yeah. But you do get like a more even heat. I've always heard from 2-peters.
Sure.
If you ever go to like a supply house or a place that has a 2-peter and it's freezing cold outside and all they have is a 2-peter in the warehouse, you're standing underneath it. You're like, ooh, this feels so nice.
Let me tell you something. There's a supply house I go to. They have like, it's just a big giant warehouse, and they have like but I don't know, 1/4 of it is set up for like the showroom parts and countertop sales and whatever. And they have 2-peters above them, 2 separate thermostats, 2-peters on 1 exhaust. So
I don't know enough about 2-peters that say if it's
on 1 exhaust.
Yeah, on 1 exhaust. So what's happening is like you'll get, because those 2-peters are designed to turn on and reach a temperature above the dew point, so they don't condensate. But the problem is when you have them on 2 separate thermostats on the same exhaust, one comes on and that one gets hot enough, but you're sending heat down, the little bit of vent that's connected to the other one, and it sweats. It condensates, drips all over the place. And every year I go to that same call and they're like, hey, can you fix it? It's condensating. I'm like, I look up there. I'm like, oh, you guys, you haven't separated that vent yet. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? I tell them the same story over and over again. So, but other than all that to say that 2-peters are great if they're hooked up properly.
You can't have them too low. I do know that. I do know they will burn things like paint or something else.
Yeah. Lee Buxton and Clive's fans for coming in. Thanks, guys. What was I gonna say? I agree with Michael. If it's in the budget for radiant heat, absolutely, that's the best way to go. That'll warm up that garage in no time. Nothing in the way. It's clean. There's nothing hanging in the corner. Nothing hanging in the ceiling. See, for me, wall hung in a corner are better because I guess they're a little bit less like they're it's ugly having radiant tubes going across a residential.
I was thinking about getting one of these
People don't have the room.
I mean,
forced air heaters for my garage, like an electric one.
Yeah.
I don't think most residential garages have the height to actual.
Right.
We're
struggling. A lot of people are struggling for height, and they don't want to put the tubes in.
See, mine, I could tuck my, if I got just a forced air one, I could tuck it away in the corner and just run, like 240 over my breaker panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do it.
Anyway, you need 240.
120
would be fine.
I think 120 would be fine.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Two-car garage, no insulation whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
interesting.
think so. Probably 60,000 BTU. You're good.
Really, on a 120?
Yeah. You're fine.
Can
Wow.
you?
I've never sized to
What? Sorry? He's talking about air, forced air, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about electric heat, though.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about forced air. My bad.
Yeah, no, I had no gas, no nothing out there.
Oh,
I don't really feel like running gas.
240.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, though. Your bills are going to go up so high.
I know. So expensive. Although they this year they just announced about electricity. They're not going to have any more peak times up here, which is pretty cool. Maybe it's heat pump time.
Hashtag electrify everything.
Yeah, hashtag electrify. That is cool, eh? What was his question? Luciano says something. Any opinion on the vaccine transport and keeping conditions temp-wise? We could talk about vaccine, about temperature, and nothing else. I don't know.
We can't say the C word.
Yeah, hate that. We don't want to get away from that.
Well, now your brother is in the medical field. Does he have any like insider knowledge on the reefer systems that they use to transport these?
No, I didn't. Never asked him really. No.
I think they're just using dry ice for the most part.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're just using packages with dry ice to transport them. But it's super, like they have something in, there's a device inside. I was watching something on it. There's a device inside the box that transmits back. I mean, this is Pfizer, back to Pfizer, the temperature the entire way, the time, how long it's been, and it will say if it's opened or not. So if you get to the place that its final destination, they can add more dry ice and keep it going longer or whatever, but they can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different protocols. It's crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah, because what do they got to keep that at -80 Celsius?
No, I don't.
90.
It's
I think it's Fahrenheit. It's something crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
I have 2 kilowatt electric heat in the shop and swapping it to a mini split, but keeping 2 kilowatt for backup. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I didn't even hear about the Tesla. JD said Tesla HVAC was announced. How do you feel about it? I'm freaking curious to see how it would be because their stuff seems pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
-94, huh?
I mean, I don't know. They probably don't want us installing it, right? They probably have their own Tesla installers.
Their own guys. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
What are you doing there, Joe? Are you peeling carrots?
No.
peeling
I was gonna.
This banana is clear.
You guys are gonna see my gift next week. You guys are gonna like it. It's gonna be funny.
Oh, the one you sent to us?
Yeah.
Does it have your return address on there?
No.
Son of a bitch.
I'm just trying to see my list if I have anything to talk about before we go, because it's been over, I guess, our time, if you want to say it. No, not really. Nope. You guys want to wrap it up?
Troy Building is talking about he uses tiny heaters in his garage. He's got 6 of them in a small office.
Ouch.
And they're on different breakers, but the voltage goes nuts. See, I just want to get something out there when I don't know if I'll ever actually insulate it and heat it properly because it's old, and I kind of want to keep it old, so I don't want the walls, foamed in or anything for whatever reason. But just in the wintertime, if I want to go out there and fiddle around, just something, so I can film if I want to. So I'm thinking maybe just a couple small space heaters then, just to warm up that immediate space where I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah. The fridges that go down to -80 Celsius are 2 cascaded compressors. Well, I'm assuming they would have to be to get that lower, correct?
Yeah, they have to be.
I don't think anything could go that low without being cascaded.
You ever work on tandem compressors, Joe? Systems that use tandem compression? I've read about it, never seen it in person.
I've been to a few situations, but I never had to. Are we
Whoops.
still on at least, or yes? Some
What happened,
packages
Joe?
have- Sorry.
No, go ahead.
What are you doing there, bud? There's some units that have them, but they don't work in tandem. I think the way you're thinking, but it's just
Or is it tandem that I'm thinking of, or is that not what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of where it's basically a cascade system, right?
yes.
But it's two compressors where the suction of one compressor is actually the discharge of one compressor is actually the suction of the second compressor.
No,
I thought that was tandem.
no, that's not. No,
What is that? What am I thinking of?
I don't know. But
How would that even work?
mine is just is typical, parallel compressor.
Somebody out there knows what I'm
6
talking about.
whatever it is.
Two-stage cooling. Like, nah, that's not really it.
I don't know.
No, there's a word for it. It's in my book right here, but I'm not going to dig it out and look for it. It's one of those things that I've read more about than what I actually have had hands on.
No, and they seem interesting. I think I know what you're talking about, especially like the semi-hermetics. The old Michael was saying old hydro temp geothermal had tandem. Sounds.
Are we still?
I hope we're still on.
I don't know what's happening here. A pineapple just went on the screen.
Anyway, this for you, Bill. Electric space heaters are fine, especially if you're not using them for heating a huge space. And two, don't overload the legs. Yeah, dude, I'm seeing pineapples here because we're a little delayed. I don't know if we're on still or off. I don't know what Adam is doing, guys.
I think we're still on. But
Okay.
Michael Howard is saying I'm talking Cascade.
Yeah.
And it is Cascade, but I thought there was a specific terminology for the two compressors that are hooked up next to each other, and I think they're hooked up in tandem. But sometimes I like to use words because they sound good, having no idea what they really mean.
No, I understand what you're saying, buddy.
Well,
Not the
yes.
pineapple.
Hold on one second. Before we get off, I just got to check something here. How do you turn this thing off? Power off. That thing talks. The banana phone talks. That's awesome.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, you're going to, Joe, because you have like...
Because there could be situations that you do have banana in your pocket. So I'm going to just keep it there for those special times or have it like in my truck or something. You never know.
Let's end this on a high note.
Okay. Do a high note. C minor.
Come on, Chris.
Are you talking about like the halogen lights?
What's up?
So how's that going, that compressor?
Nice.
I talked him out of it until tomorrow.
See?
It's a mess though. It's a mess because like the compressor, it's so old. Hey, technically when you put someone on the air, you're supposed to call them ahead of time and tell them that they're live. So am I live
I know,
right
right? Typical Adam, right? He just wants to get you in there.
Well,
I don't give you permission.
As per
I don't give you
contract,
permission to put my voice on the air.
as per contract, this is a Friday night. Oh wait,
Your contract is null and void because I've yet to receive a paycheck for any of my episodes.
you got a dog shit calendar, and that's all that matters.
No. So basically, I went downstairs. Actually, I can't leave. Don't let me leave yet. But I went downstairs and I took the product temperature. They waited so long to call me that the walk-in freezer is at 37 degrees. So all their products lost already. So I'm like, well, there's no point in me doing anything tonight because your product's already lost. Plus, it's a Tecumseh compressor that's there, and it's so old that it has like an ancient Tecumseh number. So it's going to be a process to convert it, which I can do it, but it's just not something you want to do at 7 o'clock.
No kidding. Did you just hang up on Chris?
Wait at least until tomorrow. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, nothing. Just Adam's a little funky with his buttons today. Pushing.
Bill was calling on three-way with his banana phone.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm on my
Yeah, so I talked him into waiting at least until tomorrow. So
I gotta grind this.
You have to mute your YouTube.
Yeah, here, Echo.
Yeah, my YouTube is muted.
Okay, so let's go back here.
It's all echo.
People don't know what's going on.
Well,
yeah, so we're just spending our time talking on our banana phones.
Talking on your banana phones? They probably sound horrible. They look like the cheapest phones in the world. So
yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. But anyways, I got to go measure the inside of the box so that way I can do a load calculation on it and then go from there. So
What do you use for your load calculation there, big guy?
I'll just use one of the manufacturers. Russell has a really easy app that's available on the internet.
It's a new gang symbol. Big picture.
Big picture.
Oh wait, hold on.
You know it.
My dad texted me in the mid show here. Said something about. Oh yes. He's kind of looking for a rudimentary. We've been trying to figure out what to replace his current furnace in his house. He's got an old. It's not even really like a modular home. It was much smaller at one point in time. Then they added on to it, and they put this. It's basically it's got a smaller furnace, like a trailer house furnace in it, and we want to replace it, but it's 2,000 square feet. And I was thinking something like 60,000 BTU. Speaking of load calculations.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense to me.
Hang up my banana phone.
All right. Take
All right,
care.
there, Chris. You do your thing, buddy.
All right, guys. Bye.
Modular. I'm not too familiar with modular or whatever
You need to call John Israel
Modelo.
on that.
Modelo homes.
Yeah, or maybe Michael will know something in chat. I don't know.
You know what we should do? We should send one of these to Clive. I bet he could tear it apart and get a kick out of it, or just have it just hanging out somewhere.
Yeah, he could take that apart, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like mine's got a crack in it right there, huh? What kind of craftsmanship is
I
this?
couldn't figure out how to turn it on. You just hold the button down, and then it talks to you.
Yeah, you just hold the button down, and then it says something about
Power on.
it's made in China. Who would have guessed?
But yeah, just like Rookie said, Scott, hit the likes, guys. I know we're just, hit the likes.
We got 4 dislikes. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't see why you can't just size it like a normal house, correct? Like, what's the difference? Just, I guess if you do a heat load, it's going to be a difference. But
See, the only thing I'm thinking of with their particular setup is their duct work. It's all underneath the house in a crawl space. Kind of hard to get to, but it's
Jumper duct.
what is jumper duct? Just where you're flexing.
explain that there, Adam.
I don't work on trailers, but mobile homes. But I believe a jumper duct is you have like one trunk line and with all your runs and everything on one side, and then there's another one on the other side of the double wide, and then there's a duct that jumpers from one trailer to the next trailer, and you have.
So you have like one furnace in the entire trailer park.
I'm saying like you know what I'm saying.
Chat, good time. Ted came in chat. He says,
Ted would know.
Yeah, 60K per 3 tons, and all ducts will carry.
Yeah, I believe Ted. I'm going with it. Send it.
Who doesn't
Thanks,
believe
Ted.
Ted?